Welcome to the Weekly Roar, coming live from the Lion's Den, helping new managers become great leaders and awesome bosses. And now, here's your host, Greg Storch.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining me today. Welcome to the Weekly Roar. I'm Greg Storch, owner of Lion Enterprise, host of the Weekly Roar, and the founder of a worldwide bartered coaching program called The Helping Hand. I'm a certified professional leadership coach and a certified leadership speaker and trainer. Well, we finally made it to tip number 10, and that is to give recognition often. Now, before we jump into that, let me just recap the other 9 tips that I've given over the past 9 weeks to my new leaders. So for my new leaders out there, I want you to remember these tips. First, a leader's attitude determines their altitude. Second, be sure that you pursue a passion for learning. Third, get in touch with your emotions. Fourth, learn from your experiences. Fifth, help others see the big picture. Sixth, you have to lead by example. Seventh, be sure to actively listen so you can communicate well. Eighth, not only should you serve as a mentor to other new leaders, but you should also have a mentor yourself. And ninth is, in order to get the best out of your people, encourage their creativity. And that brings us to the 10th and the final tip for this series. You know, another crucial trait of a good leader is to see the value in others. And one of the ways that we do that is through effective recognition. Effective recognition is the easiest way for leaders to help their followers to feel valued. Now, we all like a little recognition for our hard work. It makes us feel appreciated. And when we know that the person that we're working hard for appreciates our efforts, we naturally just want to continue to perform for them. So, did you know that there is actually a day set aside every year for this? That's right. There's a National Employee Recognition Day. Do you know when it is? Well, it's actually on March 4th, but honestly, if you're waiting for an official day before recognizing that those who are making your vision come to life, then you've got it all wrong. The truth is, employee recognition knows no calendar. It's an important leadership action all year long. And here are 3 reasons why that's so. Now, in all my years of working for and with leaders, one of the most highly sought after traits was a leader who knew how to properly recognize their people. I mean, I can tell you firsthand, it feels great to be recognized for a job well done. From the small things to the things that make you stand out from your peers and everything in between. For me personally, it always served as motivation to keep operating at an elevated level. I wanted to perform for my leaders. I'll also tell you that it isn't about the recognition itself. It isn't about someone telling me that I'm doing a great job. What it is simply feeling appreciated, knowing that my efforts are genuinely appreciated by someone else. You know, I'll never forget my first personal award in the Navy. Only 2.5 years after entering the Navy, I was awarded with a Navy Achievement Medal for drive and resourcefulness during a major records inspection. Now, to be honest with you, I still have that certificate for that medal to this very day. You know, I always felt like I was a great performer because of the recognition that my leaders provided, and it culminated in being recognized by all of Navy medicine as the Sailor of the Year back in 1996. And that led to my commission as a naval officer back in 1997. Now, while not everyone takes their work home with them, what they do take home from work are the feelings that they experience while they're there. When leaders show their employees that they appreciate their efforts, and when they take the time to demonstrate how much of a measurable impact they're having on the shared goals of that organization or that company, those employees feel good about what they do and they take those feelings home with them. In a Fast Company article from back in 2015, author Jana Ravicentio referenced a study that was conducted at the University of Warwick, where economists discovered that employee happiness led to a 12% increase in productivity, while their unhappy counterparts were 10% less productive. Well, the takeaway, obviously, from that study is that people's happiness has a direct positive effect on productivity. And that comes in large part through proper recognition. It's also a fact that leaders who appreciate their people are also appreciated by their people. It's a trust thing. And you know how many times I've told you that trust is the foundation upon which our leadership is built. Now, you might be surprised by just how much simply thanking our employees fosters an atmosphere of trust. When we have someone who knows that their efforts contribute to a cause and are noticed by their leadership, they feel a deeper connection to that leadership. Now, if you're a new leader who's trying to build trust with your people, recognition done properly is one of the most effective ways that you can establish it. Before I moved to Italy, I read a Forbes article that stated almost 90% of employees who were recognized or thanked by their boss indicated a higher level of trust in that boss. 90%, as opposed to less than half of them trusting their boss who didn't provide recognition. That's a pretty large gap, wouldn't you say? A social psychology professor by the name of Robert Cialdini developed the principle of social proof. The principle states that people view a behavior as correct in a given situation to the degree that they see others performing it. Employee recognition embodies that principle by showing in a tangible way that someone's efforts have been outstanding. Employee recognition is the principle of social proof in action, really. So if you're a leader who wants to get good at this, then I'm going to recommend two books to you. They're both by the same authors, Paul White and Gary Chapman. Now, the first one is called The 5 Languages of Appreciation in the Workplace. And the second one is called The Vibrant Workplace. Here's the deal. A lot of companies have a rewards and recognition program, right? We know that. But the problem is that they aren't good. They don't work. They're ineffective. And the reason they're ineffective is because they're going about it all wrong, and employees aren't feeling valued by them. Dr. Paul White in those books tells us that the key lesson is to understand that recognition isn't the same as appreciation. Recognition, as it's practiced in most organizations, focuses primarily on external behavior and specifically employee performance. Now, what I've come to learn in the past few years is the meaning of authentic appreciation and how important it is if we truly want others to feel valued. So let me give you the Reader's Digest version of Dr. White's tips on how we can make our appreciation more authentic. Now, first of all, he'll tell us that it has to be done on a regular basis, not just once or twice a year at the company's recognition banquet. Secondly, it has to be individualized and it has to be personal. Sending out that general thank you email to the entire team on their progress and their great achievement has less of an impact than individually recognizing the team members for their specific contributions to the success of their efforts. The words and actions that we take as leaders have to be meaningful to the person receiving the appreciation. And that is where the 5 languages come into play. Not everyone enjoys going to the front of the room to receive an award in front of hundreds of people watching them. And the fourth thing is that it needs to be perceived by the recipient as actually being authentic. If leaders don't send a message that's genuine, it's a waste of time for the leader and the person receiving it. So avoid recognition that just feels contrived. At the end of the day, leaders should remember that everyone is different and they receive our appreciation in different ways. A winning recognition program is one that keeps this fact in mind, and it allows flexibility for leaders to personalize their appreciation for their people. If you want to learn more about those 5 different languages of recognition and appreciation for your people, please get that book. Here it is, right here. The 5 languages of appreciation in the workplace. This is a great book. Benjamin Disraeli said, "The greatest good you can do for another is not to share your riches, but to reveal theirs." There it is, right there. The job of any leader. And I mean that in the context of the leader of a family, a team, of a department, or a company. Reveal the riches in others by expressing appreciation for what you see in them. The gift of appreciation is the greatest gift that you can give. Tell someone today what a difference they've made in your life, at work, on the team, for the program. Tell them the difference that they've made in your life, and you will see the difference that you've made in theirs. All right, that is it. That is the 10th and final tip for new leaders. I can't believe this is episode 199. The big day is just 1 week away. Now, if you haven't registered to join us for my 200th episode next Wednesday, it's not too late. I'm going to put the link in the comments below or to the side or underneath or up there. I don't know where they're at, but I'm going to put the link in the comments section. I have a really big announcement that I'm going to share next week, and I'd love for you all to be with me when I share it. So until we meet again, remember, be powerful, but stay poised just like a lion. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching the Weekly Roar live event at lionenterprise.com. If you enjoyed this video, please tell others to join us each week here in the Lion's Den. Thanks again, and see you next week.